Welcome to yesPHX Presents. My name is Katie Sieker, and today we're shooting from the studios at Mesa City Central. We're joined today by Sprouter. Daniel Everist is the founder and CEO, and we're going to be talking to him about his company, Sprouter, and his involvement in yesPHX. So let's get going. Daniel, welcome. We're happy to have you.
Great to be here. Great to be involved with yesPHX.
Excellent. Why don't you just go ahead and tell us about Sprouter and as an intro, and then we'll talk more about your involvement and support in our community.
Great. Yeah. Well, Sprouter, as you know, our technology, we specialize in the hospitality industries. We work a lot with CPG brands, creators, events, things like that. So naturally, we were drawn to yesPHX. Our technology specializes functionality-wise with landing pages, QR codes, bio links, advanced analytics, and a suite of enterprise services. So we have found ourselves working with all sorts of different clients, meeting all sorts of different people, and our platform has really become used in all sorts of different industries. So it's been pretty cool.
Cool. Awesome. And you're located in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona.
We are here. We started Sprouter back in college in Minneapolis, and then we kind of bounced around the country. We were living out in Los Angeles for a while, but we, after only a few months of that, we decided to relocate to Phoenix and Scottsdale permanently. We've been here almost 3 years now.
Okay. Yep. Excellent. Awesome. One of the things that we really love in our community here is authenticity and vulnerability. So we always ask about the biggest mistake that you've made and the biggest success. So since 2017, can you tell me what your biggest success and your biggest struggle was?
Well, Katie, when I started Sprouter, it was more so a concept and a vision. It wasn't necessarily we had the business model completely, ironed out on day one. I knew there was a opportunity in the market for, the technology that we were offering. And, we've pivoted our business, several times. We were in college, dropped out of college, focused on this full time. COVID came out of nowhere when I was still in school, or shortly after I had dropped out of school. That completely changed the market and what our product did. We were able to actually scale up during 2020 and COVID, with QR codes kind of replacing menus and being added into different industries and things like that. So, that was, good for us. We were able to explore different industries and get our product out there. I'd say, my biggest mistake was maybe not just necessarily one, but, a lot of mistakes. A lot of founders go through, different partners, different, evolution of the markets and different industries. Things, change. Just, look at social media and e-commerce over the last 10 years. It's completely different than what it was. So I think what we did is, we made all sorts of mistakes along the lines, but that's okay. And that's kind of what young founders especially need to understand is making mistakes is okay. And, talking about them and learning from them is, the best thing that you can do to move forward. If you're not afraid to get your product out there or in the market or, be afraid to fail, then you're not doing it the right way, in my opinion. So.
Yeah. Cool. Do you regret dropping out of college?
No. That was the second best decision I've ever made.
So if you were to name your biggest mistake, though, like one that you were like, yes.
I would say in the beginning we were, more focused on, this being more of a peer-to-peer connection. I think kind of holding on to that idea maybe a little bit too long. But since then, this has become more of a B2C concept. A lot of businesses are using Sprouter, to increase their engagement, to get more eyeballs on their special offerings or retarget their customers and things like that. So that's been a lot of success for us. And I think, once we started focusing on that, we were, able to find our business model more successfully.
Awesome. Okay, cool. You had mentioned that you were kind of traveling around with your business, Minneapolis, LA, and then you ended up in Phoenix or in Arizona. Why did you end up here? Why are you choosing to build your company here?
Right. So we've had the privilege of Sprouter to travel all over the world. Actually, we have teams in the UK, we have teams in India, we have a lot of teams throughout the US. But Scottsdale, I spent a lot of time here growing up, and I kind of always knew that in the back of my mind. So this is always kind of like a secondary home. But I knew it was pro-business, hospitality hub, a lot of events and, cool things going on here. There's a lot of people moving from California and other states to, specifically Phoenix and Scottsdale. So we kind of knew Arizona was a happening place. And then, when we came here, we were able to find some new business partners, raise some capital, and, get our product into, the Scottsdale market. So, we had high expectations coming in, and I think we've exceeded those expectations. And better than anyone, I mean, the amount of money and the amount of growth that's coming in and being invested into Tempe, Scottsdale, all these new concepts emerging left and right. I mean, it's become a real hub for several reasons, business and hospitality. So naturally, it makes sense for us to be here.
Yeah, awesome. What's the biggest difference between the LA market and the Phoenix market?
Oh, there's just so much happening in LA. I mean, we have a lot of great friends out there. We made a ton of connections. I think we lived there kind of bouncing in between different places like in Hollywood and whatnot that one summer, maybe for 5 months. But I think just the pace of business here moves quicker. You can maybe get some certain deals done quicker, and people are maybe more likely to get involved. My experience in knowing people in Phoenix has been, they want to do business, they want to get involved, they want to go to the networking events, the socials, and network, right? That's what it's all about. So
yeah, so your product specifically, it's marketing solutions for specific genres, but you offer QR code and retargeting marketing, and what else specifically for like me?
Exactly. So again, it's QR code landing page based. There's other maybe similar platforms in the market that are doing something what we're doing. We're going for more of a high-end experience where there's better analytics, better customization. For example, in a restaurant, we're not here to replace the menu by any means, but only to enhance the menu. I like a big paper menu more than anyone, but the QR code can still, be placed on that menu, and you can have access to the social medias. Maybe they have VIP booking information. Maybe they have different ways to, be involved in their events and things like that. So it's much more than the menu. It's much more than a code on the back of a seltzer or a food product or a label or something like that. But you can learn about the ingredients, the processing, and this technology is starting to be required by a lot of different industries. So Spreader's a very relevant product. Our QR code landing pages, biolinks, analytics, and everything else. We tend to make it super easy for users who are, in need of help of this, because the evolution of marketing and the tools you need, change every year. And, these things are very relevant right now, and they're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Do you also tell the restaurants to make sure that they have Wi-Fi that you can attach to? Because I hate when I go there and there's a QR code and you're waiting.
So you're waiting. Sprouter strives to do the exact opposite of that, where you don't need to, scan the QR code to get the Wi-Fi or anything like that. Our goal is to make it easy for customers, consumers, things like that. Give them the opportunity to engage with that brand, with that business, have that business then be able to offer them, more than, if you're waiting 10 minutes for your food, we're either going to sit and have a conversation, or we're going to sit and be on their phones. That restaurant should give us every opportunity to be, if we do go on our phones, to look at, their content, what are they offering, things like that. So I think it's just about the product placement and, going about using these tools correctly. So our goal of Sprouter is just to, lay that out properly and make it easy for any new young entrepreneur or a business that's, been on the shelves or, serving food for, 30 years. So
What's your favorite restaurant here?
Scottsdale. We got restaurants, a lot of new ones for sure. I've been liking Thea at Global Ambassador. Everyone's been obviously going to Global Ambassador. Great spot. I don't know. There's a lot. Uchi's here in Old Town. That's been a good sushi place. What about you?
I'm a Nobu girl.
Nobu?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had a bad experience in Vegas, so maybe not Nobu. What do I like? I like. I'm going to the Gladly tomorrow night. I like them. They have a scallop dish and a salad. It's amazing. The amount of restaurants that we have I moved here 11 years ago to now, it's just amazing.
They're getting nicer too.
They're getting nicer.
Yeah, we have our plenty, hidden, little, I don't want to call it hole in the wall or anything like that, but we have our, great restaurants like that. But the amount of luxury restaurants is, I feel like, increasing, very rapidly.
Yeah, I like the Neighborly on 7th. That's like one of my favorite. They have this baked potato.
Yep.
So good. And then all of the Upward Project. So the Windsor, Postino.
Yep.
I live in that neighborhood, so
For sure.
I go to them often.
A lot of new like rooftops and things like that coming, and I think we'll be making an announcement soon for the winter social. What cool venue this year that we want to have it at. So
we should probably talk about your involvement with us up until this point. So you have been sidecarring with us for a couple of years now to learn us and our brand and what we need. And so the step and repeats at our yesPHX summer and winter socials are yours. You've had photographers there, so all the pretty pictures of everybody that comes. The newsletter and our email marketing has been coming from you, and you've just been sort of gradually increasing. And then most recently, as of last week, our swag store.
Yep.
And maybe we should just talk about a little bit more of like what our partnership will entail.
For sure. Yeah, no, we've been, and credit to Ryan Smith for making the introduction for sure. But yeah, no, we've been happy to be involved for the last couple years, kind of behind the scenes. I think for us right away we saw the value and really the potential and all the cool things yesPHX was doing. So we were automatically just super excited to be involved, and kind of our team's mentality is we like to provide value. Before we would ever ask for anything or anything like that. But yeah, no, we're working on a lot of cool stuff. I think all of the summer and winter socials we've helped out before, doing some of the content, doing some of those things, doing some of the promo and, for the events and whatnot. But yeah, we just released the, new merch and apparel store. I think that's going to go, pretty well. I think it'll be good to see some people in the community rocking the yesPHX, which, for me, I think that's kind of a badge of, you want to network, you want to do some business, you want to, get out in the community and, do some cool things. So hope to see, people rocking the yesPHX merch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what exactly, I don't actually know the answer to this question, but what prompted you to want to help? As you know, our community is very much ran and made possible by volunteer help. Like I'm a volunteer for 10 years. And then everybody else that's involved, we all just pitch together for the greater good of our community. So curious what was
I think, that was kind of our mentality too. We wanted to get involved and, network and meet people, and we saw we could add some value. And we've been doing events for years. This team, these guys, we've helped set up, so many different events and with different brands and networking. That's something we've been doing for a long time. So I think just naturally getting involved with the summer, winter socials, we kind of just had like a little bit more of the snowball effect. We started coming more to some more of the mixers down here when where was that? That was in Phoenix or, some of those things, learning more and getting to know you more. So yeah, I think we're excited for, the new rebrand and yesPHX 2.0 as, everyone's kind of calling it behind the scenes. Yeah. I think there's a lot of, cool things to come.
Excellent. So the next thing that we're going to work on together is you've been very generous to give yesPHX and Phoenix Startup Week, sort of sister organization, their own landing page for Sprouter.
Yep.
And so we're going to be sending that out very shortly. And then if I was new and that came to me, maybe walk me through what I need to do and how I can utilize that.
Yeah, for sure. I think, first with, Phoenix Startup Week, any of the businesses or sponsors who are, you're going to be working with, we're pledging a free, trial for Sprouter. So, those businesses and those entrepreneurs can have, these tools at their disposal. So, we definitely are in the mindset of helping these people every which way we can, for sure. So, and yeah, with yesPHX and, Phoenix Startup Week, with, how we're partnering with our tech alliance, there'll be an opportunity for them to opt in. And this is something that, yesPHX can promote and use in, various ways. So I think, anyone who's involved with yesPHX and, them coming to the networking events, having their, the QR code and different business cards and ways to connect with each other. I mean, all these tools are, very relevant now.
So if I wanted to engage with Sprouter, I would just go on the link and then what would happen?
For sure. So it's super easy to, sign up, but when you're engaging with it, it just amplifies your digital presence. You have everything in a one comprehensive landing page, everything from your social media, custom links, all custom branding to your organization or whatever your cause may be, different subscription forms, media players, white label options, all these cool bells and whistles that, essentially gives the consumer a better experience. And as a business owner, a good, engageable, gateway for my consumer to partake in, while also being able to benefit from the analytics and, see what they're most interested in and things like that.
Excellent.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Daniel. You've been so generous to yesPHX.
It's been great
in our
to be involved.
community.
Yep.
And I'm so excited to see all of, the leadership and the generosity and how it will end up growing and benefiting our community as a whole.
Yeah, well, we're super excited for, the coming months and, everything that's ahead. So, thank you. And, thank you for everything that you do, Katie. You're the backbone of yesPHX. So, keep up the good work, and we're happy to be involved.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great. Well, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for tuning in. Hit like or subscribe if you want to hear more. And also a quick shout out that Phoenix Startup Week is coming this November, the 12th through the 14th here at the studios at Mesa City Center. phxstartupweek.com for more information. And we'll see you soon.